which we first discussed this, we got it out late, Summerfest, they still had a record year, and which just suggests to me that it's not much of a factor either way in that piece. And so I think you have to sit there and wonder at what point there are people, I think, that will miss it this way. I think that's inevitably true. It doesn't have longevity, that's inevitably true. $7,100 is $7,100, inevitably true, Ms. Warren.
I just have a suggestion that maybe, we could make a poster and ask the schools if we could just put a poster on their bulletin board and let people know, and have those little things on the bottom. Here's the email. Send us a note just to remind people that if you want to get a copy, and it doesn't have to be the gorgeous copies we have. We could Xerox.
That's what we do. We print out a PDF and put it in a business.
Yeah, but just put that out there.
So we are doing this for some people already. We're printing out the
That's the
e-voice.
plan. We haven't. None have been requested, but that was what we budgeted for, was to do it that way.
Debbie?
So what I would suggest, I know there's a lot of good ideas, that you kind of take a running start at it rather than cutting it off immediately, that you do things like put things in the school, that you make sure that the library has a copy or multiple copies that are distributed here. I think I remember someone saying that we were going to have new welcome packages through the street captains, to include that as part of the information, but not totally cut it off until you know for certain that you're reaching all of the neighbors in the neighborhood or give them an opportunity. The other thing I want to say about the electronic voice is, for some reason I'm on the list twice, so I know I get 2 emails, and I read it fairly closely. I honestly don't remember seeing in the last version or in a recent version something that says, go to this link to read the bylaws changes. That's pretty significant, and if I'm not remembering it, I'm not saying that it wasn't there, but I'm saying that we're not doing a good enough job in the communications about things that are pretty important to the life cycle of the board. So we've got to do a much better job than catering to the folks here that all have computers, that pay attention to stuff like that, like to look gossip, like to know what's going on in terms of public safety in the schools and that kind of thing. So, work towards it, but not just cut it off immediately.
I think, refining and saying, I was coming from the standpoint of using the same type of paper, the same kind of printer we're using, but we can drop that, and we must drop that. We